my name is Emily and I'm an environmental educator here at Clay Pit Ponds State Park Preserve. Today, I'm going to be teaching you how to dye eggs using all natural dyes. Pretty neat, right? Let's go over our ingredients. First, of course, you'll need eggs, hard-boiled eggs. I used a mixture of brown and white ones, but you can use whatever's in your fridge. Then you'll need your dye ingredients. I'm using red cabbage, red and yellow onion skins. These are just leftovers that would normally go into my compost, and ground turmeric. These will all give me different color dyes. Other ingredients you could try are shredded beets and blueberries. See what you have in your fridge that you can turn into dyes. Now the recipe is all very similar. You'll need about 1 cup of ingredients to 1 cup of water. And for the turmeric, you'll need about 2 tablespoons per cup of water. Then you'll need some vinegar. Now the vinegar helps the dye stick to the eggshells. So you'll need about 1 tablespoon of vinegar per cup of dye. To make your dyes, you'll need some saucepans, a strainer, your measuring cups and spoons, and of course some bowls to put your eggs into the dye and let them sit. All right, let's get started. First, we need to make the dyes. Let's start with purple cabbage. I have about 3 cups of purple cabbage here that I'm going to add to my saucepan. And then I will need to add 3 cups of water and 3 tablespoons of the vinegar. Bring your pot to a boil, then simmer the dye for about 30 minutes. Once you have your dye a few shades darker than you want your eggs, you can take it off the stove and pour it into a bowl, straining out the cabbage. Repeat these steps for each ingredient until you have dyes for each color you want to make. Now you're going to place your eggs into the dyes and let them soak for at least 30 minutes. Longer if you want a darker color. While these sit, I'm going to show you one more trick for dyeing eggs. Did you know you can actually use tissue paper to dye eggs? So if you have scraps of tissue paper that you would normally throw out or recycle, you can keep them and use them to dye your eggs. So pick out which colors you want. Then you'll just need some water and a paintbrush. And you're going to take your egg and place 1 scrap of tissue paper on your egg. And to dip your paintbrush in the water and just gently paint it onto the egg. Take another piece and overlap the first piece and just paint it onto your egg. Fill the whole egg up and then let it dry. And then when you peel off the tissue paper, it will have tie-dyed your eggs. All right, so it's been a while, time to take these eggs out. You can see I took off the tissue paper from our tie-dye eggs and it left behind this beautiful colored egg. Now, to remove the eggs from the dye, you can use tongs or a spoon, and you want to just take them out, let it drip for a second, and then place them in an egg carton to dry. And voila! Now you have beautiful, naturally dyed eggs, as well as your tie-dyed eggs made out of leftover tissue paper. Did you know that eggs are a great source of protein and vitamins? I hope you had fun dyeing eggs with us today. If you try this at home, be sure to tag us in your photos and posts. Happy spring!